Hello, Eco Gypsy. Rainy old day today. All the sort of plans we had to do outside stuff we've been sort of washed out really. So I need to get round to. There's two sort of fairly important jobs to get on with. Unfortunately, they're both in the dry. This is the first one. Well, that's the one to address. Old TK, it's got a slip and fan belt, and I have got my Transit off the road at the minute, which is bad news for me because that's how I earn my living. So the old TK is going to have to come and earn its keep, but I need to get in there and sort out the fan belt, which is going to be a major pain in the arse. So get that done. The other thing is I've got to refurb this. So just picked up for a customer, second-hand burner. So I just got to get around this, give this a coat of paint, check everything's good to go, and that can go off to the new customer. So this is money, and that's sort of important as well. So try and split myself between the two today. This is in better order than it looks. It's been kept in the dry up until today, so normally they get full of ash and then water and then rot out, but this is pretty good order really. I'll just give it a quick, I'm going to give it a quick hoover, good clean out, and then transformation. They come up quite well, these old things. Even the grates, normally the grates are all burnt through, but even that's pretty good. So yeah, just give us the once over. And that'll do someone well, that will. Just a little tip there, I just chucked a bit of paper in there, just get a bit of heat into it and just dry out if there is any damp in there. I'll dry that out, and it makes the paint go on better if it's a little bit warmer rather than painting onto cold damp metal. So I just chucked a little bit of newspaper in there, give that 5 minutes and just get a bit of heat into it. Get a better finish then. It's going on there quite nicely. I have used this paint for other just ordinary painting on metal because it just brings up the detail quite nicely. So when I'm doing some sort of decorative stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be heat proof, but it's a good paint for covering. You get quite a lot out of that tin. I mean, that'd probably do 4 or 5 burners, so it's pretty good for money. There we go, good as new. Do come up well with that paint. So I'm just going to give this half an hour, let it dry off, and then what we'll do is we'll go around and bring up some of the detail, and that's a good, nice little refurb really. Amazing how well they come up. So I think we're going to call that it on that one. Just give that a greater sweep over. That can go off to the customer. Now a bit of dinner, and then we're going to crawl under here and hurt my back and take my knuckles off and all that good stuff. I'll show you where the actual thing is. God, right in there somewhere. I'm not even sure how the hell to get in there yet. Okay, let me take you in there. So that's the alternator there, and there are the belts. Jesus, I'm sure there's an old boy somewhere who go, oh, you just do X, Y and Z and get to that, but I'm not sure. The bracket is there. It looks to me like it's max on the max. I can't see what state those belts are actually in either. To tighten that up somehow. Right, this is going to be interesting. And when I mean interested, I mean awkward. I've got some second-hand, or brand new second-hand fan belts, so that's good. Underneath looks like it could be probable. Let me show you. So, fan belt don't look great, so they need to come off there. That bolt there where the light is for the alternator. So I'll see if I can reach up there, undo that, and I might get lucky. If I get lucky and that slides on that bracket, that'll be alright, we can do it. Very awkward without a Tilton cab. So I actually think this is probably part of the problem as well. These belts have been put on and they're quite thin and they're sitting really like deep into the pulley. These are old new stock, I should say, and you can see the thickness of them in comparison. So I think these, what are they? They're probably 1960s belts, but they're looking pretty good order. I think they would be a lot better replacement for these, but we're still struggling with the alternator at the minute, try and get that off. Oh, supposed to be a quick job, but definitely needed replacing that. That's where it's caught in the pulley and then just start tearing them belts up. Okay, update on the Bedford. Wow, what a frustrating day yesterday. Me and a friend were probably on this for 4 hours. We couldn't get the alternator bolts undone because they've been rounded off. We couldn't get any sort of saw or anything in there. It took us about 4 hours between us to get the old belts off and the new ones on. I'm sure there's got to be an easier way of working on these, but I hope I never have to do that job again. I've got one more bracket to put, one more bolt to put in the adjusting bracket, the alternator, and then we're done. And hopefully I've done it right and it's all going to be spot on. In between doing that, I sold the last burner I blacked up and I got this one. So this is a Portuguese burner, pretty little stove. Just blacked it up yesterday and started polishing the top. So we get this finished off today, but this is a little corker really, come up a treat. So in between pulling my knuckles off on the truck and getting very frustrated, I kept coming back and putting another layer of paint on this. So we did get some positives yesterday. I finished the truck today, get it fired up, and we can pack these tools away and get on to something else. But yeah, a long-winded. Anyone want to put in the comments the easiest way of doing a fan belt on a TK? Please feel free to drop me a note and let me know where I've been going wrong, or is it just a pain in the arse? I didn't film a lot of it yesterday because I spent most of the day swearing and banging my head and getting very, very frustrated, so wouldn't have made brilliant footage. Alright, crack on. Well, that's come out well. Nice old burner for someone. Pretty little thing that is. Now finished the truck. That has been an absolute nightmare, so I'm just going to put a bit of charge in the battery and get it fired up, check everything's okay, and that'll be about that today. I've had enough. Going in for a beer. Well, thanks for watching. This is sort of a every day in my life sort of video. This is fixing stuff, trying to get things running, and trying to do stuff to make a living, but can't beat them old 330s. Listen to that baby.